day of Christmas, my Manic made for me. Kid just a layin'. Tim going crazy. Death Knight arisen. A brand new thing. Element of Earth, 3 fresh pigs, dead Zerg bugs, and a quick bit of Saints Row 3. Ladies and gentlemen, I am ManicTheNobody, and I will be your Bastion player for today. And story, I'm going to be creating a new game. I've beaten this game like at least 3 times over. I really like this game. But for today, I think I'll just get the
proper
hammer
story
and the
is supposed
breakers,
to start
though.
at the
But
beginning.
listen to the
Ain't so
narrator.
simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up,
Alright,
sets off for the Bastion.
He's gonna be narrating pretty loud, so I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna turn down the narration volume. Confirm. Back. Resume game. Okay, and so
Ground forms up under his feet
yeah,
as it moved away.
ground does do
You
that.
don't stop to wonder why.
I like this this whole
Finds his
real-time
lifelong
narration
friend
thing.
just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching
Touching
reunion. He sees
And I've
what's
turned on
left
subtitles just in case you in case you want to hear him,
in the calamity.
but you can't because I'm being too loud. But hey, I'm gonna get the Kale Hammer, which I've already got, and the Breaker's Bow,
It's a gas
and I might just go to the Bastion. I don't know. I don't know if that last one will happen, but yeah, I will definitely be.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do.
We don't get a Breaker's Bow till
spin up the chamber.
later. Yeah, the Fang Repeater,
Kids
I have
worked
to
up quite a
say, is
thirst by
definitely
now,
one of
so
my
that
favorite
fountain looks
weapons.
real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink.
And
A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines.
nah, squirts. Let's use the fountain again. Dang it. There's no more squirts. Why I know can't use fountain. Anyway. Huh. That's interesting. I've never been over here before. There's a thing over here.
And then he falls to his death.
I'm just fooling.
I'm just fooling.
How's this?
Kid found
Crystal
some
Barrette?
memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her.
I've gotten the Crystal Barrette before, but I've never been over that before. Oh, yeah, I bought it in Lost and Found. That's right. Well, anyway. Now I know where the Crystal Barrette is. And I think that I'll just pick up my my bullhead shield or whatever it's called and go through this and then jump off, and as it's loading the Bastion, I'll leave you.
Ronnie always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then Kid finds his trusty shield.
Yep, it's called the bullhead shield.
But just as he's getting a handle on it, the security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield saves his hide.
I love shield counters. And if you take out these cases before they have a chance to get to, yeah, before they have a chance to open up, then you just, basically you just kill them. Kill the, gas fellas that are in it.
More squirts stuck.
And if you pick up a healing potion when your health is already full, or not when your health is already full, when your healing potion supply is already full, it'll just heal you for the amount that healing potion would. Which is why it's always a good idea to save your healing potions.
The way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
And this is where I'll leave you guys. Okay, I was lying. I'll introduce you guys to Rux. Spoiler, that's the narrator's name, Rux. Oh wait, no. I'm in the Wharf District. I said I would get the Breaker's Bow at the beginning of this video, and so that's what I'll do.
Kid spies a good person in target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
Power shot. Power shot. Fountain. No need for it. Actually, this is the way I'm supposed to go, so I'm going to, out of interest, go this way. A bit of string.
The kid pockets a memento from a breaker.
You use those to upgrade your weapons. And I'll just give you a quick rundown of how this game
Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for a kid. Right back at you.
I was just saying, oh yeah, I'll give you a quick rundown of how things go on in Bastion. Basically, what's going on is that there's this thing called the Calamity, and it's killed everyone in Solandia. Well, not everyone, but it's killed almost everyone in Solandia. You'll find a few people who it hasn't killed. But then, underground, there is these guys, gas fellas and squirts. They've lived underground all their lives, and the Solandians have just left them be. And they had always been friendly, and they'd always helped them. But then, after the Calamity, the gas fellas, dang it.
The arsenal. Tough part of time.
I hate calling them that. I don't think I've leveled yet, so I'll use the arsenal.
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
And switch back to my Fang Repeater. And grab Bolt Burst. I've actually never used Bolt Burst, but anyway. And at the distillery,
and the kid will feel like a new man.
I've got Squirt Cider, Dread Rum, or Fetching Fizz. I think I'll go with Squirt Cider. Alright, and I'll continue on. Well, basically, after the Calamity, everyone in Solandia had known that there was a chance that the Calamity was going to happen. And so they all agreed that they would meet up at this place called the Bastion, which was built by, I believe, the Solandians. And then there's another race called the Ura, who are basically the Japanese, well, not the Japanese, just Asian. And they were at war with the Solandians hundreds of years ago. The Ura lost that war, and the Solandians sort of took full control over everything that the Ura could do ever.
That one was Maud, the tutor.
And so, yeah. And then the Calamity struck, and only a few people from Solandia survived. And then more stuff happens, and eventually you find out more about the Calamity, which I won't tell you now, but...
Old ferry barge sends the kid on his way.
Old ferry barge.
The Bastion's real close now.
I'll have to do some counterattacking. Wait for it. Counter. Oh, I hate those programs. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. And when you get to the Bastion, you find that the only other person who has survived and made it to the Bastion is a man named Drux. Drux has been narrating your story this whole time.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy, smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
But in the Bastion,
Scumbags.
they're not in the Bastion, but
Shouldn't have done what he just did.
for the Bastion, there are things called cores. And what the cores do is they allowed you to build various buildings that you found throughout your adventures in the Bastion. But that's not their only purpose, but that's explained later in the story. So I'll let the I'll let the story tell you that later on, if I do decide to continue this. I don't know if I'm going to continue any of the things that I played for Christmas.
Kid puts him out of his misery.
And it looks like I've leveled up. So, I think you can dodge with space, if I recall correctly. Yeah, you can dodge with space, and it's a way to move around pretty quickly. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Once you pick up all those. I think that may have been... No, ferry barge dropped me off over here. I don't know what's with those stairs. They don't lead to anything. You'll find that there's a lot of stairs like that in Bastion.
He finds
The game, not the actual place for Bastion. And this is those cores that I was talking about.
Might as well.
And I'm just gonna keep on running.
Feel like you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall.
And since I started running early, I have the time and ability to come back around and cover the path that I didn't cover on the first time around. But generally speaking, it's always best to take the path on the right here. The path on the right generally has the better stuff. For instance, here, the path on the right contains a health potion and a, I believe they're called squirt juice. I'm not entirely sure what they're called. But the thing that lets you do your special skills. And take the path on the left that time, as you can see. And the green ones are the charging gas fellows. They'll charge up and fire themselves towards you.
At last, the sky
The blue ones are the pounding gas fellows. They'll lift up their pickaxes and pound on you. And I just got an achieve for some reason that I didn't get before. I've played this game through at least 3 times. And here we are in the Bastion. I'll show you around that, and then we'll be done. Did anybody
Sure enough, he finds another.
find me
He finds me.
in the
We talk
Bastion? And there will be multiple NPCs that will show up in the Bastion over the course of the game. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many, but each of the NPCs, you can show them any of the mementos that you have, and they will tell you what they know about them.
I tried to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, alright. Except no one else showed up.
Like the crystal beret belonged to a girl that he used to like, and he wanted to know if she had made it, and Rux said no, she hasn't.
All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, and watch.
And the cores, you put them on the monument, like you just said. And this is the Solondian City crest.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores.
That's what finds us the next levels where we find more cores. And F zooms you in and out while you're in the Bastion. E is the
Just
interact
like that,
key.
the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again, growing stronger.
And you see how all 3
It's
of
gotta
those
put its
things
power
just
to
came
use.
up? With each core, I unlocked those little circles there, these little black circles. See how this one's got a blue thing in it? With each new core that I get, one of these black circles will have a blue thing in it, and they're called foundations. And you can make any of the buildings that you've found thus far in your adventure.
Bastion's a place of peace.
And
We can hold our own if we have to.
yeah.
A leader goes with a hammer better than
Arsenal.
pots and nails.
And he'll say stuff when you do a new loadout for the first time. I'll show you all the things that he can say here with what I have. I'll replace the Kale Hammer with the Breaker's Bow and confirm. And he doesn't have anything to say about that, but if I equip the Breaker's Bow and the Kale Hammer, and then a skill, I don't know, I'll just go Mere Shield. Doesn't say anything about that either. But most loadouts, he's got something to say the first time you try him out. But this is where I said I would end it, so here's where I will end it. Auf Wiedersehen.